Chapter 24. In the blink of an eye, Suho had drawn 2 swords from his inventory and blocked the crow-masked monster's attack. For a split second, their eyes met in midair. He has incredible strength. Is he human? Suho's current strength was 39. Having distributed his ability points primarily to the strength stat, he was exceptionally confident of his physical power compared to his other abilities. However, the colossal strength of the crow-masked beast's arm was equally formidable. As if by some unspoken agreement, both of them retreated simultaneously. Then they sprang back at each other at an even faster pace. Suho's twin swords swung with tremendous force. The crow-masked figure's massive arm countered his attacks, wrecking the walls and floor in the process. Everything had taken place in just 2 seconds. Thanks to Suho, the assault team captain had narrowly escaped the danger and immediately stepped back. What just happened? How did that summoner? Though momentarily distracted by Suho's incredible combat prowess, he didn't forget his own role. The most critical skill for an assault team captain was none other than the ability to gauge the level of monsters. In other words, his crisis detection ability. It's a D-rank monster. All personnel, attack, he shouted, having quickly assessed the crow-masked figure's power level. D-rank? The hunters quickly regained their composure and assumed an attack formation simultaneously. Well, then it's no problem. Kill him. The hunters unleashed their skills, targeting the crow-masked beast fighting Suho. However, the monster easily dodged all their attacks and leaped backward. A D-rank? He clung to the tunnel wall like a spider and sneered, "How dare you rank me so low?" Using his other arm, he reached into his robe and pulled out a small potion. What's that? The first to recognize the potion was Dog Yoon. It was a radiant blue liquid that sparkled like starlight. It's stardust! Don't let him consume it. His urgent cry alerted the hunters. Stardust? Is it that mana enhancer? A rumor had been quietly circulating for some time among hunters. There is a mana enhancer known as stardust. According to the rumors, stardust was a drug that increased the user's mana power for about a week when ingested. Apparently, there were no known side effects. Naturally, the drug was quite expensive, but the price was never an issue. With the amplified mana power from stardust, hunters could enter higher-level dungeons and make more money than it cost to buy the drug. As a result, supply was always limited, making stardust the most sought-after drug in the market. Correct. With a sly chuckle, the crow-masked figure lifted his mask and held the potion bottle to his mouth. Stop him! By the time the hunters rushed desperately toward him, it was already too late. After swallowing stardust, his body began to swell rapidly, as if to match his already enlarged arm. He roared savagely and jumped off the wall, bouncing away. Then, his hammer-like arms instantly swept the hunters away like bowling pins. Unbelievable. The assault team captain's eyes shook uncontrollably at the sight. His assessment of the creature had been a mistake. He's become a C-rank beast. It was completely unexpected. He never could have imagined the effects of stardust to be so great. Everyone, run. We can't handle this guy alone. Hey now! We won't know until we try, Suho encouraged. Beru was beside the assault team captain and chuckled. Our young monarch has now kicked into gear. The target of the ant's words was clear as Suho and his shadow soldiers were already hunting after him. Shadow goblins, use your skills. The 7 shadow soldiers led by Suho consisted of 5 goblin captains and 2 chiefs. Since they were once leaders of regular goblins, they each possessed unique skills. Shadow Goblin used skill, ice arrow. A sharp shard of ice flew toward the crow-masked figure and froze his leg. The creature's momentum generated from his imposing power and size had momentarily stalled. Then a crimson energy surged down on his body. Shadow Goblin used skill, Curse of Blood. The target will receive 15% more physical damage for 1 Wait a minute. The beast's eyes twitched. As the curse reduced his mobility and amplified the damage he received, the Shadow Goblins charged all at once and savagely hacked the crow-masked beast with their butcher knives and saws. You're resorting to such petty tricks. The robed beast kicked his leg free from the ice with great disdain and began to mercilessly tear into the Shadow Goblin. However, the torn bodies of the goblins somehow stuck back together as they cackled mockingly with sinister grins. They then swiftly latched onto the massive creature's torso and relentlessly stabbed him with their daggers. What is going on? For the first time during battle, the beast looked completely bewildered. The 7 goblins carried weapons that were nothing more than mere kitchen knives and saws designed to carve up monster remains. Fortunately for the beast, they couldn't inflict any meaningful damage despite the 15% damage amplification curse. But the combination of the curse, relentless regeneration, and their savage madness was something he couldn't simply ignore. You pests. Drenched in black blood, the masked creature furiously tore and bashed the goblins clinging to his body. But the goblins only regenerated more zealously, multiplying and clinging on him. What is going on? The hunters witnessing the gruesome battle were visibly dumbfounded. How could a summoner? What they were seeing was nothing like the summoning skills they were familiar with. At best, summoners could only summon explosive bugs that they could detonate or sleep butterflies to sedate a couple of monsters. Occasionally, they could summon reasonably effective creatures, but controlling fiendish beings that regenerated infinitely to torment their opponents was unheard of. But contrary to their beliefs, Suho's mana power wasn't infinite. Regenerating shadow soldiers consumes mana. The longer it continues, the more I stand to lose. Raken's fang and Vulcan's horn repeatedly slashed into the beast's gargantuan body. The faster I slashed, effect fatal strike, 15% chance to deal over double damage. Raken's fang's effect was on full display. No, this can't be. The crow-masked figure glared at Suho, seething with anger. He saw the human as the instigator of this catastrophe. Then suddenly, he brushed aside the goblin's attacks and clenched one of Suho's swords with a firm grip. Ha! I finally caught you, you little rat. Blood oozed from his hand from holding the blade, but it didn't seem to bother him much. With a wicked smile on his lips, he struck Suho's side with his other fist. The resounding impact echoed like a drum. Skill. Pain tolerance reduces the damage taken, but it was inconsequential as Suho gave him a provocative stare. Try harder. Skill. Pain tolerance level. 2 passive skill. No mana required. You have acquired unwavering endurance. Physical defense is increased by 40%. You bastard! He lifted Suho's body with the sword he held and slammed him onto the ground. Ugh! The impact made Suho vomit blood and let go of the sword. Oh no! Baru cried. Suho! His ears rang. It sounded like Dogyun's voice was coming from a distant place. How dare a weak summoner try to provoke me? The crow-masked beast's mocking voice echoed. This sword is now mine for the taking. He seemed quite pleased with the blood-soaked sword he had taken from Suho. But he wasn't the only happy party. The sword was thrilled to be so close with its enemy. And who are you? Huh? Suho smirked, despite collapsing to the ground. Who dares to covet the Monarch of Fang's sword? The veins on the crow-masked figure's arm holding Raken's fang swelled like it was about to burst. What's going on? He panicked and tried to throw the sword away, but the corruption had already begun. Raken's fang adhered firmly to his hand like glue and began consuming his body. Do you think a weakling like you can possess me? Surrender your soul and flesh and die. What the hell is this sword? The beast exerted his strength to resist the corruption, and a latent power deep within him pushed back against the aura of Raken's fang. What's this? It seems like there is already someone here. Raken's fang seemed amused as it burst into laughter. Your body has already been taken by a demon. The crow-masked beast howled in pain as it managed to shake Raken's fang free from his hand. But as the sword dropped, Suho swooped in and pierced his heart with Vulcan's horn. The beast was stupefied as it gasped for breath. Checkmate. Vulcan's horn continued to slice through, splitting the monster's body in two. Black blood splattered like rain as the beast fell to the ground while his mask tore off his face. Behind it was a grotesque, distorted face. Cough. He expelled his final breath with a sinister grin. I'm only one of many. Don't be too pleased with yourself. What? Sooner or later, all of you are destined to die. His last words were like a curse. Just like the perished Ragnarok clan, the remaining flicker of light left his eyes. Vulcan's horn devoured the demon's soul. Vulcan's horn immediately absorbed the malevolent energy from the fallen humanoid beasts. Body devoured demon souls. One's effect, destructive desire, increases physical damage by 30%. A demon? Suho's eyes sparkled. Just as he had suspected, the cursed random box had given him Vulcan's horn for a reason. Level up, flash. Freewebnovel.com. At that moment, a temperate blue light enveloped Suho's entire body and completely healed all of his injuries. Suho pondered the meaning behind the beast's last words. Who are the Radiru clan? What was he talking about? The Radiru clan has fallen? Beru flew next to Suho and tilted his head before smirking slyly. Do you know what he was talking about? I do. The Radiru clan is a demon noble family. They were the weakest among the 20 demon noble families. However, Beru shot a narrow glance at the corpse of the demon-possessed creature. The Monarch of Shadows eradicated the top 19 demon noble families long ago, which made the Radiru clan the strongest by default.